You recently wrote an article, why the Browns shouldn't expect to find that impact defensive tackle that they need in the draft this year.
Yeah, and it's something I've kind of talked about for a while is that, defensive tackle, you could make a strong case for that being the biggest need on the team. But the big reason I said, they got attacking free agency is just it's so rare to find a defensive tackle who's going to come in and have an impact for you right away. And I actually look back the last 3 draft classes. Looking back at last year, for example, 32 rookie defensive tackles played at least one snap. This is all according to Pro Football Focus. Only 11 of those 20% played 20% of his team's snaps, and only 4 of those players, so we're talking 4 out of 32 total, 4 out of those 11, had a grade of 60 or better on Pro Football Focus. That's about starter level grade, and 2 of those guys were first round picks. Philadelphia's Jordan Davis and Green Bay's Devontae Wyatt. And so I doing the math in there, what I turned the impact rate, which is a combination kind of, you take the total defensive tackles and you find the players that not only can have impact but can play a good amount of reps for you. That came out to about 12.5%. And then in 2021 it was even worse. It was 6.9%. 2020 bettered 14.7%. And yeah, you can obviously make cases about, you take Pro Football Focus grades with a grain of salt or whatever. Defensive tackle classes weren't necessarily great those last 3 years, but you compare it to, say, edge rusher, for example, last season, that impact rate I was talking about, 30.6%. So that means you had about a 3 in 10 chance of drafting an edge rusher last year who is a quality piece for you, at least rotationally. So I do look at this draft class at defensive tackle. There are some good players. There are some very good prospects, and I didn't write this to say that the Browns should not draft a defensive tackle in the second round. I certainly think it should be in the realm of possibility because there are, like I said, there are some good ones like Michigan's Monty Smith, Siaki Ika from Baylor, Gervon Dexter from Florida, just to name a few. But if you're expecting the Browns fans shouldn't be expecting any of those guys necessarily to have a big impact right away. If you're drafting them in the second round, you're drafting them kind of for down the road because you think those players are going to be impact players for you in 2024 or 2025. And the Browns need help at defensive tackle in 2023.
Yep, they need impact players, and they probably need a couple of them. I understand you're intrigued by Winfrey and some of the younger guys. You need guys to come in that will immediately upgrade that position.